Hey everyone, welcome back to Whispered Realms, the place where we dive into chilling stories, dark mysteries, and unforgettable tales that will make you think twice before turning off the lights. Every week, we bring you creepy narratives, some based on urban legends, some inspired by real events, and others that lurk in the shadows of imagination. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join our community of horror lovers. Now, tonight's story takes us to an old roadside motel with a dark secret. Locals avoid it, travelers vanish there, and one room in particular has a reputation for never letting its guests check out. This is the story of the Vanishing Room 6. Emma Carlson had been on the road for 10 hours straight. Her car's gas tank was nearly empty, her phone battery hovered at 6%, and the endless highway stretched into blackness. She had planned to reach the next city before nightfall, but a detour and heavy rain slowed her down. When she finally spotted the neon glow of a sign, Valewood Motel, vacancy, she felt a wave of relief. The motel looked worn out, a relic of the 1970s with faded paint, cracked asphalt, and buzzing fluorescent lights. Still, it was better than sleeping in her car. She pulled in, parked near the office, and stepped inside. Behind the counter sat an elderly clerk. His skin was pale, his eyes watery, and he didn't greet her. He simply slid a guest book across the counter. "Only one room left," he rasped. "Room 6. Emma scribbled her name, handed over her card, and took the brass key he pushed toward her. As she turned to leave, the clerk muttered something under his breath. She thought it sounded like, "Don't stay past sunrise." Room 6 was near the corner of the building. The door was painted a dull green, chipped around the edges. Inside, the room was ordinary. A bed with stiff sheets, a small TV, a dusty dresser, and curtains that barely blocked the flickering parking lot light. Exhaustion outweighed unease. Emma locked the door, kicked off her shoes, and collapsed onto the bed. Within minutes, she was asleep. At exactly 3:13 a.m., the TV switched on. The screen showed nothing but static, hissing loudly. Emma jerked awake, heart pounding. She grabbed the remote and tried to turn it off, but the buttons didn't work. She unplugged the cord from the wall. The static continued. Then, through the noise, a voice whispered, "Check out." Before sunrise, Emma froze. The voice was faint, warped, but unmistakably real. She stumbled back, her eyes darting to the unplugged cord still in her hand. The TV wasn't even connected. Suddenly, the whisper came again, this time from the bathroom mirror. Emma grabbed her phone, dialing the front desk. The line clicked, and instead of the clerk's voice, she heard her own. Her own voice repeating the same words in a hollow, distorted tone. "Too late." The phone went dead. Shaking, Emma rushed to the door and yanked it open. Or tried to. The knob wouldn't turn. The lock rattled but held firm. She tried the window next, pulling at the curtains, only to find the glass covered from the outside with bricks. She banged on it, screaming, but her voice seemed to vanish into silence. No echo, no sound escaping. It was as if the room itself swallowed her cries. Minutes crawled by like hours. Shadows lengthened across the walls, shifting unnaturally, though no light source moved. She backed toward the bed, clutching her phone like a weapon. Then she noticed the photographs. On the wall above the dresser hung 3 framed pictures, groups of smiling families standing in front of the motel. At least, they should have been smiling. Their faces were blurred, not in a photographic way, but smeared, as if the very memory of them had been erased. Emma's stomach dropped. She looked closer, and her blood ran cold. One of the blurred figures wore her jacket. Her phone buzzed violently. She looked down. No caller ID, just a single message flashing across the cracked screen. "Join us." The light bulb above flickered and went out, plunging the room into darkness. Only the TV glowed faintly, its static shifting into shapes. Faces pressing against the glass, mouths opening wide as though screaming silently. Emma backed into the bathroom, slamming the door shut. The mirror trembled, cracks forming across its surface. Her reflection stared back, but it wasn't mimicking her movements anymore. It smiled. "Don't fight it," it whispered. "Room 6 is hungry." The floorboards creaked. Footsteps approached the bathroom. But when Emma opened the door to confront them, the room had changed. It was no longer the motel bedroom. It was a corridor lined with doors, stretching endlessly. Each door bore a number, 6. Emma opened one door, only to step back into the same corridor. She tried another, same result. No matter how many she opened, every path led back. The corridor was looping. She ran, breath ragged, until she stumbled into a door that was slightly different. It had no number. Desperate, she yanked it open. Inside was the motel room again. Same bed, same dresser, same photographs. Only now, there was an extra picture, a woman with blurred features. But her jacket, her phone, her shape. It was Emma. She screamed and hurled the frame against the wall. The glass shattered, but the photo remained. The blurred figure inside began moving, pressing against the paper as though trying to crawl out. The TV roared, voices layering over each other. Men, women, children, all whispering, "You're ours now." Room 6 never empties. Emma clutched the doorknob one last time. To her shock, it opened. She stumbled out into the parking lot, gasping in the cold night air. Her car sat waiting. The sky was already paling toward dawn. She jumped inside, fumbling with the keys, and sped down the empty highway, heart racing with relief. Only after 20 minutes did she finally calm down enough to glance in the rearview mirror. Her reflection smiled back at her and whispered, "Checkout complete." And that was The Vanishing Room 6. Stories like this remind us that some places carry more than just dust and memories. They carry hunger. What happened to Emma? Did she truly escape? Or was her body just a shell for whatever lives inside that motel? We may never know. But next time you're traveling late at night and see an old motel with one single vacancy, maybe think twice before checking in. If you enjoyed tonight's story, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to Whispered Realms for more chilling tales every week. Trust me, the next one will be even darker. Until then, sleep well, if you can.